Oh, is it? Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Ooh. For some reason I thought I had the dog in this one. I don't have the dog in this one. All by my lonesome. Oh, that's shoes. I thought it was like something like, well, actually high heels for a second. I had flashbacks of the stream where I hit the motorcyclist, and for the first time ever in this game, I've never seen it before.
Stay left.
But the motorcycle just shot up in the air and landed about, I don't know, 100 meters, whatever that is in feet, 30 feet, isn't it?
Stay
I don't know,
left.
well, 300 feet. Anyway, came flying down in the middle of the median barrier. Pulled out in front of me, so didn't warrant any sympathy from me as far as I'm concerned. Should have looked. I'm a truck, I'm not hard to miss. I don't think that the friends were too happy, because after that I was surrounded by 3 motorbikes and I had one trying to brake test me, I was pretty sure. Trying to trap me into crashing into them to get me. Of course, after we pull over for sleep, oh hang on, what's time? Oh, we've still got a bit of time. I'll be going to bumper view as usual. I just got to remember to turn the sound down. And it's louder when I'm in bumper view. I love the sound of the roar of the engine. That's a nice pickup. That's Chevy. What was that badge? Well, as we call them here in New Zealand and Australia, and that's a nice ute. Yep, we don't call them pickups, we call them utes. UTE, short for utility vehicle. What's the scenery like around here? Oh, the mountain. You haven't missed anything, I was just killing time till you got back. The only thing I was really saying is I passed a really nice looking pickup, and I was explaining to, in case there was any American viewers watching, that we call them utes. And of course what ute stands for, utility vehicle. It was short for anyway. Right, so about 8:30 I've got to look and find a place to park. Did you know, Ozzy, that there is an actual Australian map in ATS? Well, there was. I'm not sure if it's still around. Yeah, the graphics are amazing in this game. Like I said, the sky and the clouds look so realistic. No, I think it's actually expanded from Tasmania. Originally it started off in Tasmania, yeah. But I think it's expanded from there. In fact, the guy that did it, I believe it was either him or someone, you know, was going to do one for New Zealand as well. but I think it ended up not being finished or completed, or he gave up or something. Either you couldn't replicate the beauty, or there was just too much greenery that made the map mod file too huge. That's what I'm telling myself. I'd love to do it, but you could probably do New Zealand as 1-to-1 scale instead of 25-to-1 like these ones in Australia. No, they don't. They just do they just do Europe with the extra stuff, including Iceland, which is pretty much my most favourite place, and to drive around in all of Pro Mods is Iceland. But yeah, plus they add the extra little bits in the default maps as well, the DLC ones. And they've also got the Middle East, which I've got as well for ATS. You get sort of like Jerusalem and, well, Israel and all around there. And they do Canada for ATS. Oh, excellent. Speed limit about to go up. Right, so as soon as we hit it, 60. I don't think they would do it though, because, you know, no, we're not part of Europe. Actually, am I able to park here and then go?
Recomputing.
Oh, it looks like I might be able to park. I'm going the one to the right, and then we can take a nap, because I really do need to have a sleep. Yeah. I suppose even less of a chance now, since Great Britain is no longer in the EU, so they can't do Commonwealth as an excuse. If you know what I mean. I know. Tell you what though, it's very, very difficult to drive. There's actually a lot of checkpoints in it. They do have a lot of checkpoints in it. The roads, some of the roads are very difficult, very, very narrow and very, very hard. In fact, I remember one of the places where there was a checkpoint, just getting into the checkpoint was really difficult because how narrow it was right at the turning as well. But yeah, it's good. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's go to sleep. While we're doing that, I'll get ready to turn the sound down with the game. There is a Brazil one actually that goes with ETS. It's been out for a long, long time. Been out for yeah, quite a few years, that mod. In fact, I think there's a mod one that has the the most dangerous road. In is it Peru? Oh, come on, mate, I gave you the opportunity. I blocked the road off to let you out and you just sit there. What a waste of effort that was. Yeah, I mean, over time there'll be people that get into it and stuff like that, and I'm sure there'll be like lots of countries that will come out. A lot of them will be standalone, at least with I mean, with ATS you can have a few maps. I've actually knocked down the maps I put into them now, purely because of the hassle of every time they update the game. You got to wait for the map to be updated, with the mod maps to be updated to go with it and stuff like that, which not normally a hassle, but like with pro mods, I've got a lot of garages and stuff that are not part of the main map. They're in the pro mobs locations. Yeah, no. Look, I've got a fear of heights anyway. Actually, I don't have a fear of heights. I have the fear of falling off the height. No, you're going to let me in for safety reasons. My safety, not yours. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, no, so I'm sure it's like I said, I mean, well, this one I had Montana. You had coast to coast. I had Canada Dream, which I don't have anymore because I'm not actually. I haven't looked, but I wasn't sure if it works with Pro Mods Canada. And because Pro Mods do such a wonderful job with their map making, that I'd prefer that over the Canada Dream one. But with this ATS, I've had a lot less mods than I do with ETS by a long shot. But as far as maps with this one, yeah, I had a few of them. Like I had the Grand Canyon rework and Montana expansion with the coast to coast, the Canada Dream, the Extremo Mexico one, and a few others. And then with ETS, I had my base, which I've always had, which is Pro Mods and Rush Map. But I also, for a long time, which was one of the main reasons probably I stopped doing it on ATS as well, because with the ETS it came such a pain every time they updated it. I had also like the Road to Ariel, I had the Great Step-In, and I had the Southern Region, I had Roex, I had the other Russian one, quite a lot, and it's just a pain to continually download them, wait for the updates, download them, and then put them in, do the load order and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's the stopping that hurts, but during the falling, it's the anguish of knowing that the stopping's gonna hurt. It's like with me with planes, like I love flying, but once again, I'm not comfortable on a plane because of the pure fact of the distance between the bottom of the plane and the top of the earth. That's my issue, but flying I love. If you can get rid of that problem, then, well, that's driving, isn't it? And I love people that always tell me, you know, statistically it's safer being in an airplane than in a car. Well, fair enough, but in a car, at least I'm not doing 500 miles an hour into a brick wall or something like that. And if I do, I've got the chance with an airbag instead of using my body parts as, you know what I mean? Put your head between your legs. No, that's not the last side I want to see. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, actually, with bikes, it's the slowing down from a great speed while you're not on your bike. That's what hurts. And that's the best scenario. Obviously, if you suddenly stop as quick as your bike did, then you've hit something rather bad, and you've There's no way you're surviving that. We're driving through the night again, aren't we? Okay, what do we got in the way of... We've got plenty of time before we need to go to sleep because we just had one. Oh, we're 4 hours away. We've got plenty of time. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see the repair state for the moment. It's my little OCD thing. Everyone's got a little bit of OCD. Even though what everyone calls OCD, that symptom is probably the least common of the symptoms and the best one to have if you've got OCD. But yeah, even though I might see the repair, I've got a repair, but... Oh, again? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, actually, we covered this. I realise why. I get why you get pulled over and to weighed up so often, but yeah. But every time I see the repair state, I sit there and I've got to fix it, and I've got to remind myself that repair state is mainly just the wear on the tyres, nothing else. There's not really a need to go in just yet, but I can't help myself. So you're going to get the PC fixed, or you're going to get a new one, or it'll take? I mean, obviously with the price of them, it's going to take a bit of time, even fixing them. No, I'm not going to sneak in this time. This time I'm actually going to be patient. I suppose one thing to look forward to when you do get it, your PC up and running again, is that maybe by that time they'll have the multiplayer come out. Yeah. Of course, the price of the video cards these days too. Mind you, there's rumours of them starting to come down, which is fantastic. That's what I want to hear after I just bought one this week. It was bad enough that I've just realised I wasted them pretty much my money on the one I bought. I could have got the 3070 for almost the same performance, definitely using less power. So TI in the 3000 series doesn't mean the same as TIs did in the 20 and the 10s. Oh, really? Windows XP? And they don't support it anymore either, eh? Oh, 15 years old, you still got a decent use out of it though. So you're having a look around, you sort of got an idea of what you want to get? Whether you're going to go an AMD or Intel or... I think at the moment AMD is probably a better choice, price-wise and performance-wise. It's their turn to take the lead again, by the looks of it. They chop and change, which is good because then it forces Intel to pull their finger out like they did last time and actually came out with the I series of chips that were huge and way better. It's taken AMD a while to catch up and now basically overtaking them in performance, especially with video cards as well over NVIDIA, from what I can gather. Fair enough. Yeah, problem is you sort of be forced into, if you buy a new one, you'll really be forced into Windows 10. Because there won't be a lot of driver support. And now there's, I thought I saw something about Windows 11 coming out, which scares me a little. Because Windows has a tendency to come out, like Windows 98 SE was brilliant. 95, I mean, literally that was their first one coming out of DOS. But SE was really, really good. ME not so much. It still wasn't bad, but it was just a more flashier type SE, but not as good. Of course, they came out with 2000, which was rubbish. Then they came out with XP, which was good. Especially Service Pack 2 onwards. Then they came out with Windows 7, which was in there. Windows 8 was worse. And Windows 10. Windows 10's actually not that bad, I have to admit. Even with updates, I don't get too much broken. But I mean, it comes down, you gotta remember, a lot of things come down to problem with the PC world is there's a lot of different people making a lot of different components and bits and pieces, and they all require different drivers because someone owns the standard for one thing and then they have to pay extra and then the costs go up, so they come out with their own ones. And of course, mainly Windows can't provide drivers for all of those. Because there's just way too many, so they just stick with the standard ones, and then you get the company, if you get their drivers that they've made for their thing, then you got to wait for them to come out with the update drivers for the update of Windows and stuff like that. So that's hence the reason why I stick with ASUS all the way through, because I've always had a good thing with them. One day I'll have a problem, but that just comes with the territory, you know. It's not because they're not good at producing anything, is because eventually something will go wrong. That's just what happens, no matter how good of company you are and your quality is. But at least I know with that the drivers for Windows, when the Windows update comes out, there's not going to be much of effect because it's one of the big brand names, and Windows will already have that sorted out and have their drivers ready to go for it and everything like that. Except for when it comes to NVIDIA graphics. They take forever to get those out. Mind you, so does Asus, to be honest. The time they release one, they're few and far between, and when they release one about 2 weeks later, NVIDIA comes out with a new update. Yeah, I think everyone would, mate. But that's the thing, I mean, Windows has got the market, and that's why a lot of people probably don't go with Linux, because it's a matter of ease, because not everyone knows about it, you know, but Linux has always been, it was always good, because it's done by the people, isn't it? Open source, done by the people, by the customers. Or did I just hear an exit right? I did too. Can I sneak in? Can I sneak in? Let me in, please let me in. Please let me in. I was busy doing something else.
Get ready to turn right.
Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't take you too long to save up. And you get back into your gaming and stuff like that. It's just choosing the computer, isn't it? That's the thing. There's just so many options and price, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I always go with, I try and get, for me personally, I just try and get the best. I save up and make the sacrifice and get the best that I can, because that way I know it's future-proofing, sort of, because by the time it becomes out of date, it'll be a lot quicker, a lot longer than buying a sort of mid-range PC stuff by the time that comes out of date and needs an upgrade, you know? I've always been a firm believer of the cheapest way to buy anything is buy the expensive one, because it tends to last longer.
Go straight.
But the problem is being able to afford it, which requires a little bit of patience and time. Are we back to this 55 mile an hour speed limit malarkey, are we? We are indeed. So are you looking forward to hopefully them releasing the MP thing for this, for these ATS and ETS? I really wish I could try it out. Started streaming this at the wrong time. I forgot to go to bumper view after we slept. And I even turned the whole sound down and everything for it because I was going into bumper view. Oh well, I'll leave it there. We'll make sure I do it in the next one. I've got to have that beautiful sound, engine sound right next to my ears. Time 2:34. I wonder if I can get one back to Seattle. It'd be perfect if I can, once we get to the end of this, find delivery to Seattle. Truckers MP. Yeah, I'd say it's going to have an immense effect on Truckers MP. For the most part. I mean, there's obviously in Truckers MP, there's a lot of guys out there, a lot of guys and girls. Should say guys and girls, and just used to saying guys because it's all inclusive in this country. 45. that you know, on Truckers MP have developed their own companies and drive together, so you get quite a big convoys. And obviously with the MP, the convoy thing, you can only have 8 friends.
Turn left.
But I think there's obviously the majority of the people that use Truckers MP normally don't have that much, and probably get the same frustrations like I do, especially with ETS. I think ETS will really knock it down on ETS than ATS. Oh, they might, I don't know. I suppose it's a possibility because they are still just testing it, so they've got to test out how the servers, not service, servers able to handle the loads and stuff. But obviously they're doing that because they're testing it on ATS, and there's a lot less players that play ATS than there is ETS too, which I think is one of the reasons why they did it on that and not pump it out, because they want to test everything first, get it right. So I think it might come down to how many people and how much the net coding and the service can handle and all that kind of stuff, because there'll be a lot of synchronization going on. But saying that, if Farming Sim can have 16 people on, but then again they have issues with that sometimes, but there'll be a lot less synchronizing going on for truckers, for ETS and ATS, than there will be with Farming Sim. Surely. Well, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. But so far what I've seen, I mean, it's given me everything I wanted out of a multiplayer. Yeah, you can. Yeah. I mean, that's, I mean, one of the benefits of it, isn't it, is the fact that, unlike with Truckers MP, every time I play Truckers MP with anyone, with a bunch of us, it's trying to find a delivery to the same place. And what you generally end up doing is you can't do that, so you end up trying to find a delivery close to that place, and then hope when you get to that place, find a delivery to where everyone else is going, and then everyone follows you there, and you wait around and all that kind of stuff. At least with the MP, you can pick up the same cargo and drop it off at the same place. And you have track fit, which is always something I really wanted on Truckers MP, because sometimes it can be really lonely, especially on ATS. ETS it can get a bit mad, in fact over the top sometimes, jeepers. Waiting hours to get the ferry across to Great Britain from Calais, not Calais, Amsterdam. The traffic there of thousands of people that play it.
Turn left.
It's just ridiculous. And the fact that also you won't get run into by people. Got nothing better to do, that they've got to come up with stupid things to get through their lives. Well, everyone's got to have a hobby, I suppose. Oi! No, I disagree with that. Oh, I'm sure I made that. See? That's how you deny an accident, ladies and gentlemen. In this case, I can blame the game.
Stay left.
It was the collision box. The collision box is bigger than it should be. Officer.
Turn left. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Perfect answer.